How's it going, everyone? It's May 16th, and today I want to talk to you about a new AI solution that I've created that's going to help me be a more turbocharged AI individual in this world. So I have a few things to show with you. It's probably going to be 10-15 minutes, but let's take a look. So to start, in this video, I'm going to talk about the problems or some of the problems with the current state of AI. Then I'm going to discuss my new AI solution. I'm going to talk about how to get involved, whether it's getting up and using this project yourself or joining our community. So the current state of AI is basically two things. It's either very general AI, right? So you can think of Bard or ChatGPT. You have a chat interface, ask questions, and knows everything. The other style of AI right now is a kind of therapist style. And what happens here is that you'll have like a Telegram or WhatsApp chat, and you'll open up that chat, and then you'll start to slowly breadcrumb new information. And so either you have something that is all-knowing, but knows nothing about you, or you have this app that's trying to learn about you, but you're kind of slowly adding information. So we have a brand new take, or I have a new take on how AI can be designed for us to work for us and kind of start to level up this kind of co-pilot or personal assistant version of the AI. So what that looks like is, as you come down here, we're going to be calling it, or you can think of the AI as a genie, right? So the genie is an all-knowing beast, which is kind of like ChatGPT or any of these other large language models that are being put out right now. They know everything except you, right? So there's all sorts of information about you that it doesn't know. And the only way it can learn about you is if it gets access to that personal information. You, here's a picture of you or me or any of us. We know a lot about ourselves, but we basically don't know anything else. And so when you start to structure the things you know about yourself, if you combine that with this all-knowing genie, you're able to get a AI turbocharged version of you, right? So this is kind of the high level it. And now I want to talk a little bit more about the nuance or kind of how this works. So when you talk about describing yourself, there are kind of a few different levels. The first is that you have the current state of you. So myself, I'm 34 years old. I went to Queen's University in Canada. I did a Bachelor of Commerce. I'm a self-taught coder. I've been creating venture-backed startups for about 12 years now. I've grown big teams, small teams. I've worked on hundreds of projects. I like sports. I like kiteboarding. I like reading. I like doing all sorts of things, right? That's information that the AI does not necessarily know about me. But I can easily, if I had the kind of the environment or the space to place it, I could write out a little brief bio about all of the attributes about me that I think would be interesting for the AI. The next piece is kind of this daily journal. The idea of a daily journal is that this is kind of like your daily diary. These are the ideas in your mind, the discussions that you have with people and with the world about what you're working on, your light kind of fleeting dreams and ideas, things like that. And this is kind of where you kind of write out just kind of verbal diarrhea out into your daily journal. Then you have things that are a little bit more concrete. So you have things that you're working on at the moment. So you're kind of to-dos. Then you have things that are upcoming. So almost like a micro calendar. And then really we want to optimize for building up this done list, things that we've finished recently and optimize really for a massive done list. After that, as we want to structure ourselves, we have initiatives. So are we getting fitter? Are we working on our nutrition? Are we working on our flexibility? Are we building a business? What are our relationships like? Are we working on any projects? do we have any problems with those projects, or are there any opportunities in those projects? That's kind of where this initiative comes from. There's a big piece here where if you imagine this Genie here, this AI, where it knows everything about everything except you, sometimes it's not clear what the Genie needs to get from you to make it help you. And so in this kind of structure of this AI, we're going to have an AI that we ask the Genie, this all-knowing AI, hey, what would you like to know about me so that you can help me? And we're going to have a place to put in these questions, and then we're going to answer those questions so that the Genie or this AI can learn about us. And then the last is that we want to make sure that we have an audit history of these changes. So if we're really active one day, a little bit active the next day, then we do nothing for 2 weeks, and then we come back and we start working up again, that's totally fine and normal. And so the beauty of this whole system is that it's going to allow you to say, hey, AI, this is the current state of me. I've been very productive and I've been an awesome human, or I haven't been very productive for weeks on end, but it doesn't really matter. What the beauty of these AIs is that they are emotionless, but they are, if you give it the information of where you are at that current moment, it will let you play your cards as best as possible. Right? So as a result, you have this kind of, as we were talking about earlier, we have this AI turbocharged version of you, and it's always going to use the state-of-the-art AI. So you'll see kind of ChatGPT, Llama, all of these models improving all of the time. And so we are not interested in building a new kind of layer one AI. We're not looking to compete with OpenAI or Meta or anything like that. We're looking to use those AIs to leverage up our lives and become the most productive versions of ourselves in a way that is as easy as possible, right? The goal here is not to kind of add weight to our shoulders where we have to do more and more and more. The goal here is to be lighter on our feet and use the AI to help us out with all the considerations that we might have about our kind of life as we go through it. So the goal here is to use the AI to help us plan, prioritize, and act so that we are stronger, better, and faster. So I have a couple demos to kind of show you. So the first is that we have a general kind of Git book here, and I'll paste the links below. But the Git book is a documentation about all the things I'm going through here. So you'll see that it kind of, it has the about here. It has how to get started. We have a newsletter if you want to follow up with the newsletter. And then we have the product that we have with pricing for the community AI consulting. The community will be free for a little bit, but then we're going to turn it on to be $200 a month. And then we have an agency. We have some testimonials. We've already been showing this to some people. We have a roadmap, and then we have frequently asked questions. Now, the main product that we have here is this AI. So I want to show you that AI. So I'm going to go here, and maybe I haven't added the link here, but I'll add the link. But it's on this GitHub here. And similarly, it kind of has this this GitHub repository where you're going to have a few files, like a user state, upcoming, to-do, daily, that lines up with these right here. So I'll kind of go through that a little bit more. And then basically you're going to run it all in your command line, and it's all kind of open source. So we're hoping that some people help us collaborate on it. So how that works is we're going to go here. We're going to open this up. And so here is the structure of the project, right? So if you want to do this, you would kind of go in your terminal. This is your first time, you go git clone. You'd grab this URL here, copy that, paste that, and you download that folder. And when we open up this folder, this is all self-hosted. So you're going to use your own OpenAI key. The data that you provide will be going to OpenAI, and we'll be using their privacy terms of service. So if you like that, that's great. If you don't like it, you probably shouldn't use it. But I think it's, for me personally, it's okay. And so you're going to put in your OpenAI key here, and then you basically have a few files. So you'll see here at the end of it, this is the code that's kind of being run. So we have a few functions up here, but the instructions here are very clear. So it says, you're an all-knowing AI assistant named Amy. You're going to help me reach all of my goals over a period of time, faster, with integrity is the best. I have a few free hours. Please outline what I should do. Please ask 3 questions that would help you help me better. And it says, I have a set of files to track all the input data about me, treat the data as provided as truth, and I'll write out my thoughts in a file called daily. Each day will have a header in the format of month, 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 day, day, where month, month is the month and day, day is the day. I'll write out what I need to do, what I've done, what's upcoming in a file called to do, upcoming and done. I'll write out the current state of myself in a file called user state. I'll write out the current initiatives in a file called initiatives.txt. And all questions you provide, I will answer in a file called questions.txt. We'll use Git to track the changes of the files so you can see the updates in the Git log. And the current time is whatever time of the system. And it says here are the files: daily, upcoming to do, user state, initiatives, questions, Git log. And it's using GPT-4o. And so what this allows us to do is, this is really for the kind of the productive user in a sense, because we have these kind of different files. So the first one is daily. So what I would do here is I'd come in here. It's a new day today. So I go May 16th, recorded a session about Genie AI and posted it to YouTube, right? And so I would just put all of my thoughts here, and always in descending order under the header format, month, 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 day, 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 or like this, right? So you see that it's May 16th, May 15th, May 14th, right? And so this is kind of my daily journal. So I'm going to do that. And then the next one is going to be to do, upcoming, and done. So to do here, it says fill in the environment variable with my OpenAI credentials. So I'm going to just do that off screen really quickly. And so I'm just adding in my credential here. And so I've done that. And then I'm just going to share my screen back here again. So you'll see here, oops, when I go back here. So I'm going to now say this is done. And to do, call my mom, and I'll give her a call later today. So the next one is user state. So this is something that you fill in one time. So this file is actually very important, because with most applications, you're going to kind of slowly almost do it in this style with the daily text, where you're going to slowly kind of incrementally add. Here, we can say all sorts of things. Write out everything about me I think the AI would find useful, right? So it could be, so right here you'll see I have a couple examples of name, birthday, skills, and ability. But then it could be things like I don't know, my interests, books I've read, websites I go to, articles that I like, quotes that I like, and anything like that, right? So books I like, events of my life, books I like, my dreams, my fears, my favorite foods, anything like that, right? So like even the AI in here is kind of adding into this list of things that really that people often talk about with each other. And you're just going to load up all of this information as much as possible, as much as you feel comfortable with, to kind of give to OpenAI. And then you can kind of leave it on autopilot. If you make changes to this file, it's all going to get sorted to the Git log all locally. But this gives the AI a up-to-date state about who you are. Next one is initiatives. So you have generative AI. Another initiative I have is a MyPut, where I have an AI community called Gen AI. I'd like to meet with a few hundred people around the world who are interested in creating a community of AI enthusiasts, ideally technical and social people, right? And so here, I'm going to list out all of my initiatives. I'd like to get a, I like to be able to do 50 pull-ups. Right now I can do 8 and have a sore shoulder. Right, so something like that. And then after that, so basically we have the daily, the to-do, upcoming, user state, and missions. And I'm saving all these all down. You'll notice that they're all kind of going into the Git folder here. And then after that, we have a questions file. And this questions file will be provided by the AI. So now we're going to go back to this AI here, and it's going to say, I have a few free hours. Let me do this. So how we're going to do this now is time to run this. Time to run this. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go npm AI or node AI.js. Maybe I need to update that. Oh, okay. So first I got to do a couple things. So first I need to, I'll update the Git repo for this, so you don't have to worry about this. Type module and then install. So this is the first thing you have to do. You go npm install, and then we're going to go npm run AI. Right. So here it's really important. So first it's adding to the Git log all of the things that I've just done. Right. So I added those to the files, and it's a little bit ugly here, but it's really important for the AI. And now the changes have been added to my local Git. And this is where the power of Genai AI comes out, right? So it says, before we dive in, let's gather some additional information that will help me assess you more. So this again is the Genie AI knows everything in the world, but it doesn't know about you, right? And so here are 3 questions it has. So this is how I normally use it. So one, I'd kind of go back over here, and I'd go to questions. I'm going to paste these things in, right? So as a look, so it goes, it actually has 3 questions for me. So it says, this is the AI asking me questions to clarify my current situation. So it says, what are your top 3 priorities right now, professionally and personally? So one is record a video on Gen AI. Now I want to deploy it to YouTube and post about it on socials, right? Priority 1. Priority 2 is let people know that we have an AI community to discuss Gen AI and AI enabled humans, right? And priority 3, get people to give feedback. Sure, right? Those are my 3 things. Then challenges and obstacles. My sore shoulder is impacting how many pull-ups I can do. I need to create a really nice thumbnail, my YouTube video, but I'm not a designer. And then, do you have any preferred productivity tools that you're currently using or find particularly effective? I like to block off time in the morning to walk and think, and then start to write and work when I get back. Right, so those are those things, and I'm going to rerun the AI with that information, and it's going to give me a couple more questions, but that's okay. Right, so we're going to go down here, and again, those questions that I just added to this file, I am having a slow bandwidth conversation with the AI. You'll see here that it's committing it back, and then here it comes back, right? So it says, given your goals and current tasks, I'll outline a plan you can follow for the next few hours. So one is estimate time is 1 hour, and it says finish and post by your Gen AI video. Create a thumbnail for a YouTube video. Since you're not a designer, you can use online tools like Canva, Adobe Spark, which have user-friendly interfaces and templates for YouTube thumbnails. Tips: choose a high contrast color scheme to make the text stand out. Write a brief post about your Genai AI video and share it on your social media platforms, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Reddit. Highlight the key points of your video and initiate to join your AI community. Number 2, promote your AI community. Write an engaging post about your new AI community. Target platforms where enthusiasts gather, such as LinkedIn groups, Reddit subreddits, and relevant Facebook groups. Share your vision, benefits of joining the community, and include a call to action for people to join. Work on your physical fitness, 30 minutes. Do a light shoulder workout to help your sore shoulder stretches, light weights, or resistance bands exercises. Avoid overexerting your shoulder. Focus on gentle movements to aid in recovery. And call your mom, right? And then here it says next steps for tracking. Please update the appropriate files after you completed the tasks, blah, 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 right? And so it says update the to-do, upcoming, done, new observations and daily, and update your user state. And if you have any questions, and so here it's saying additional questions for future planning, right? So it's like here it's asking for more questions that you can put into the questions.txt. Happy working, and actually called out my name. And so this to me is the best thing that I've seen, right? Because I have 17 custom GPTs, and those custom GPTs don't provide a power user interface for me to interact and type and kind of segregate my data into these different buckets that I find a little bit more natural than just a big text file. There are ways that we can extend this as well. What we can do is that we can have a file for API calls. So if I want to pull in data from external sources using my credentials, I could pull those into this file. And then also the instructions in the AI.js file is very configurable. So some days if I want to kind of tweak that and say like, hey, I'm really looking to work on this one initiative, please help me with that initiative and take in consideration everything else about me, you can do that as well. And so this is a project that I'm using daily. If you want to stay up to date, please subscribe, please like the video, please share it. And from there, also consider kind of self-hosting the project or join our community, and I'll put all the links below. Thanks so much, and I look forward to hearing from you.